Now on CoastTV News.
Storm safeguards, how Dewey Beach plans to tackle the ongoing issue of flooding after big weather events. Plus, high-speed help. It's the latest big money deal in Maryland in the name of improving internet access.
And the sun is shining on Delmarva. Wind chills in the teens and 20s. This is only a taste of what's to come because we're tracking brutal, bitter sub-zero wind chills over the weekend.
This is CoastTV News Midday.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. Today is Thursday, February 5th. I'm Grace Eckerly and welcome to CoastTV News Midday. Starting off, we take a live look out into Rehoboth Beach. The waves are crashing this morning. Got some people walking along the shore. But although it may be sunny, it is bitter cold out there. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Grace. Yeah, it's really nice seeing those blue skies, the sunshine, but a little colder than we were yesterday across the peninsula. We're at 31 degrees right now in Salisbury, and you can see we're running a good 5 to 10 degrees cooler Delmarva wide than where we were just 24 hours ago. The wind chill feels like 17 in Lewis, 20 Bethany Beach. It feels like 20 in Georgetown, as well as 22 in Seaford. You can see high pressure off to our north across upstate New York. See the snowpack across the mid-Atlantic, a cloud deck just to the south of the peninsula. So we're looking at mostly sunny skies through the afternoon with temperatures reaching the lower to mid 30s. Now the wind chill will make it feel like the teens and 20s throughout the day. And we're going to continue to see that sunshine at least for the start of the day tomorrow before clouds increase and we see a snow shower chance by the evening. But the story for the weekend, the wind and the wind chill. Wait till you see how low those wind chills are going to plunge into the weekend. Full 7-day forecast is just minutes away.
Thank you, Chris. New this morning, the Dewey Beach Resiliency and Sustainability Committee will discuss and could vote on issues related to resiliency. That's according to the agenda. The committee is expected to work on as many as 10 topics and could vote on uses for the Beach Replenishment Fund. There's also a draft ordinance for storm reconstruction measures, and the committee expected to meet tonight at 5 p.m. at the Dewey Beach Life Saving Station. And Maryland, one step closer to connecting everyone to high-speed internet. Governor Wes Moore is announcing the state has been approved for more than $79 million in federal funding to expand broadband access across Maryland. According to Governor Moore, the funding comes from the U.S. Department of Commerce and supports the state's Connect Maryland initiative. State leaders say 99.5% of Maryland is already connected or funded for service, and this funding will support the remaining about 9,000 unserved or underserved locations across 18 counties. And the Delaware Department of Health and Social Services now warning people about a rise in scams that they say are targeting food benefits. The agency says people are receiving calls and texts saying their EBT card is locked, benefits will be stopped, or asking potential victims to verify their identity. The department says this is a scam and they will never ask for EBT card numbers by phone or text. DHSS is reminding people not to click on links or respond to unexpected messages. We're now taking a live look into Washington, D.C. on this chilly Thursday morning. In an exclusive interview with NBC News, President Trump said he could have used a softer touch on illegal immigration following the events in Minneapolis. And that comes on the same day his border czar announced that hundreds of federal agents will be leaving the city. NBC's Alice Barr shows us how immigration is just one of a range of topics the president touched on, including the future of elections.
I want the last one.
President Trump in an exclusive sit-down with NBC's Tom Yamas, reflecting on what he's learned through weeks of uproar over his administration's immigration crackdown in Minneapolis.
Maybe we can use a little bit of a softer touch, but you still have to be tough. These are criminals. We're dealing with really hard criminals.
That after the president's border czar announced 700 federal immigration agents are withdrawing from Minnesota, aiming to end the surge in manpower, but not the mission.
We're not backing down at all. I said today mass deportations will continue.
While Democrats are pushing to formalize major changes to immigration enforcement before Department of Homeland Security funding runs out next week.
It's got to rein in ICE in very serious ways. And if they're not serious and they don't put in real reform, they shouldn't expect our votes.
President Trump also addressing bipartisan pushback over his recent comments about nationalizing elections in some places, despite the Constitution dictating that states run elections.
We can't allow cheating in elections. Now, if we need to put in federal controls as opposed to state controls. Remember this, they're really an agent.
The president repeating his debunked claims of widespread fraud in the 2020 election amid the FBI's controversial seizure of 2020 ballots in Fulton County, Georgia.
They're going to look at it, and now they're going to find out the true winner of that state.
There is no evidence Georgia's results were marred by fraud, and a hand count of ballots confirmed the results shortly after the election. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And in case you missed our growth special last night, you can still watch the 1-hour feature on your own. It examines issues related to roads, infrastructure, housing, and a loss of open space. The Price of Paradise, growth on the coast, can be viewed on our apps for Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV, as well as our mobile app and our website. Be sure to check out our website, coasttv.com, for more information on growth's impact on education and healthcare. Now stay with us on Coast TV News Midday. Because coming up, what goes into the Delaware State Police Canine Unit? We look at how these dogs are trained to become lifetime deputies. That's next on this week's Coastal Connections.
We have bright blue skies out there this Thursday morning. Laurel 30 degrees, wall-to-wall sunshine through the afternoon as we top out in the low to mid 30s. Congratulations to Dwayne of Selbyville, Delaware on winning an umbrella from Coast TV. We're going to talk about some polar air rolling into the peninsula just in time for the weekend.
We all see Delaware State Troopers when they're out and about patrolling, but there's a part of the job we don't see as often, the canine units. As Coast TV's Brandon Ferguson shows us, these pups get all trained up so they become deputies.
When you think of canine units, you might think of this. A police chase ending with the canine biting the bad guy, or in this case, the decoy. But there's a lot more than just high-speed chases.
Do a variety of things, whether it's explosives odor or narcotics odor, and then searching for people, missing persons.
From the time DSP buys a dog, there is 6 months of training that takes place. From scent training.
Then they start air scenting, which is what you saw him doing, where he lifts his head up and he's smelling it high in the air as opposed to just in a line, so to speak, in an area on the ground.
And obedience training. This training went through police chases, traffic stops,
Keep backing up, back up, bud.
and scent tracking. Although this is Delaware State Police training, every canine unit in Delaware follows the same course, no matter if you're a town police department or DENREC. In total, there are 30 DSP canine units statewide, and if a canine is needed, the closest available unit, no matter the department, will respond.
Yes, I worked at Troop 5, but I was the only dog in Sussex County. So at that time, I kind of listened to the radio, and if I knew something Troop 4 looks like may need a dog, I start that way.
A police canine will spend anywhere from 10 to 12 years on duty.
After that time, each handler is offered the opportunity to adopt the dog, and we haven't had anybody not adopt their partner.
In the end, the badge may come off, but for these canines and their handlers, the partnership never does. For Coastal Connections, I'm Brandon Ferguson.
Grace and I are talking about eating some warm cinnamon buns, and that sounds pretty good right now. We have clear skies out there, but cold conditions, but this is really only a taste of what's to come over the weekend. Right now we're at 30, the frozen docks there in Cambridge. We're at 27 in Lewis, 29 in Bridgeville, and we're holding at 29 there in Ocean City. But the wind chill, yeah, it's a factor. We had a little bit of a break there from the wind chill over the past 2 days, feeling like 17 in Lewis, 20 in Georgetown. This is going to be balmy compared to what we're going to be dealing with over the weekend. Now you can see the wind flow out of the north-northeast, anywhere between about 15 to 20 miles an hour. That's kind of where we'll see the winds throughout the afternoon. You can see the snowpack there, pretty visible there on the satellite and radar. And we have the cloud deck just to the south of Delmarva as that moisture continues to push offshore of the Carolinas. And we're going to stay high and dry here. And look at the snow back off cross portions of the Ohio River Valley and Midwest. clearly visible there. That snow has invaded much of the country here over the last week. Brisk and pleasant Thursday, but feeling like the 20s, and we're going to continue to see those wind chills get even lower for the weekend. That's all thanks to an Arctic front that's going to be pushing through the region as we go into Friday night. Could spawn a few snow showers. Not all that impressed as far as the snow threat goes, but yeah, we're talking about wind chills as low as 15 below zero. So we're looking at those temperatures right above the freezing mark, creeping to 34 degrees this afternoon. Under mainly clear skies, we stay clear and dry, 22 by 10. Wind chills are going to be in the single digits come Friday morning as we dip into the lower to mid-teens across the area. Winds are going to stay relatively calm into the day on Friday, but clouds are going to be on the increase as that front approaches, and then we may see a brief snow shower or two as we go into Friday, late Friday evening into Friday night. But boy, by Saturday, the winds are going to be howling. Now, we're going to be at 26, but that's a little deceiving because that high, it may come just after midnight Saturday, and then temperatures are going to crash into the teens through the afternoon, and then 22 by Sunday. And it's all thanks to this tight pressure gradient between an area of low pressure offshore and Arctic high pressure building in across the Ohio River Valley. There's those winds gusting out of the northwest to near 53 miles an hour, Bethany Beach, 46 in Georgetown, and still with the wind gusts in excess of 40 miles an hour as we go into Sunday morning to Sunday afternoon. Then as we go late in the day on Sunday, I think the winds will begin to relax, but still staying on the breezy side as we go into Monday. Wind chills feeling as low as 7 below in Long Neck. By Sunday morning, feeling as low as 14 below zero in Georgetown, and we could still be seeing bitter wind chills, so keep that in mind. Avoid long exposure outdoors. Know the signs of hypothermia, and if you have to be out for a brief period of time, make sure you cover any exposed skin as we deal with these bitterly cold wind chills at least through Monday morning. Now, we have yellow alerts in play due in part to those bitter wind chills and the wind gusts in excess of 50 miles an hour. The good news is we're not going to see a week's worth of Arctic air. We're back up to 39 by Tuesday and 44 into Wednesday. Grace.
And check out that beautiful forecast, Chris. Well, today, National Weather Person's Day. We want to celebrate all of our amazing meteorologists here at Coast TV. Chris, all day, every day. Paul and Bob each work tirelessly to bring you the most up-to-date forecast so you can always be prepared. And we want to thank each and every one of you. Thank you, Chris, for all that you do. And here's a look at what you can look forward to this afternoon on Coast Life at 4 p.m.
Hope you're having a good day so far here along coastal Delmarva. And if you join us today at 4 on Coast Life, here is what's coming your way. We're getting a little dramatic with our Spill the Tea. We got some dog park drama going on. Also, the big game is coming up on Sunday. We're pulling in some experts to talk about it, get their picks, get their thoughts, and of course we'll be talking some snacks as well. And grab your shopping bags. We're doing a little bit of shopping with Kelly at Furniture Gallery. All of that and more is coming your way today at 4 on Coast Life. We'll see you then.
And we are about to begin 2-week stretch of Winter Olympic coverage. You can watch it here February 6th to the 22nd on Coast TV. A little programming note, due to the Winter Olympics from February 9th through the 20th, you can catch Jeopardy on our sister station, Fox 21, at its regular time, 7:30 p.m. Same show, same time, just a different channel while the games are on. Layoffs hit recession levels last month. A new report saying that January saw the highest number for job cuts since 2009, which was during the Great Recession, clocking in at 108,000 job cuts. Now, much of that number is due to just 2 companies, actually. 40% of the job cuts that happened, UPS and Amazon. But still, it comes after a year of the weakest job growth outside of a recession since 2003. And coming up, Chesapeake Bay boost. What's planned for a $13 million investment in watershed conservation efforts? Habitat Choptank moving forward with a new affordable housing neighborhood in Cambridge. The project will include 12 homes built on formerly undeveloped land on Camper Street. Habitat Choptank plans to call it Cardin Way after Ben Cardin, one of the senators, to secure the federal funding for the project. Infrastructure work is nearly complete, including sewer, water, power lines, and curbing. Construction already underway on the first 4 homes, with more expected to break ground as funding becomes available. And Chesapeake Bay watershed conservation efforts getting a boost. Almost $7 million in federal grants are going to support more than 30 projects across 6 states, including Maryland and Virginia. With matching funds, the total investment reaches nearly $13 million. And the money will fund habitat protection, water quality improvements, and access to outdoor recreation. Applications for Chesapeake Wild's 2026 grants are now open, and they're due on April 9th.
Many eagerly are waiting for the snow and ice to melt away as we take a live look into Dover. We got blue skies there, 28 degrees there. Temperatures getting just a little above the freezing mark as we go through the afternoon. You get your latest forecast by calling our First Alert weather phone. Your exclusive 10-day forecast is up next. It's a sunny, brisk Thursday on Delmarva. Plenty of sunshine. Temperatures just a little above the freezing mark this afternoon. It will feel like the 20s with the wind chill. A cold night, though, will fall to 26 by around 7 on our way to an overnight low in the teens. Could see a late snow shower Friday as an Arctic front pushes through. We do have yellow alerts in place Saturday and Sunday. We're going to have wind gusts in excess of 50 miles an hour Sunday, producing some very, very dangerous wind chills. Wind chills dropping as low as 15 below zero as we go into Sunday morning. The good news is the Arctic air only lasts into Monday, and we are looking at temperatures rising back into the 40s, so a seasonable trend there as we go into the middle part of next week, and then we could be dealing with some mixed precipitation as we go into the end of next week. Grace.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you for joining us for Coast TV News Midday. For more local news or weather, you can download our Coast TV News app. And don't forget to join us back here for Coast TV News at 5 later this afternoon. Until then, have a great Thursday.